Okay. 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 Do 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 do. Ah, I just ran into the missile. I just ran into the missile, yeah. To the missile, yeah. To the missile, yeah. To the missile, yeah. There's a missile right here that I keep running into. It's in the way. It's in the way, but I don't know what to do with it because it's in the way. So I'll just put it right there. I'll just put it right there. There, it's out of the way. I mean, it's that might fall, but it's fine. Hello, everybody. Hello, everybody. How many concurrent viewers we got? Just a couple, not too many. It shows 0 concurrent viewers. Oh, then it shows 5 concurrent viewers. Okay, not sure which to believe. There is something. Is this the right audio? Concurrent viewers. Okay, yeah, it looks like it is. So that's good. Not too many people in the chat so far. Tuesday appears to be a slow night. Slam dunk it. Yes, right into that box, even though it's not quite big enough to fit. Yes, hello everybody. Hello everybody. Hello everybody. Not too many people tonight. Bit of a more quiet evening, I see. Man, VacLab's been VacLab kind of disappeared for a little bit. Now he's been posting a lot recently. So, look, there's this new YouTube thing called I'm Feeling Lucky. I wonder what happens if I push it. Okay, that's cool. So YouTube has an I'm Feeling Lucky thing where it just pops up a random video. That's kind of cool, actually. I like that. Let's see. Busy day. Today was a very busy day for me. I got a lot of good. Well, I didn't get a lot of good machines. I only grabbed one machine, but I'll show you guys. I really wish YouTube let me post pictures in the chat. But there's this Eureka that I meant to get, but I forgot to grab it. And there's a handful of vacuums, including a couple. You really can't see that, can you? If I turn down the brightness, maybe. Probably can't see that at all. There's a couple good machines in there. There's a Kenmore and a GE. Just a Bissell and then a couple others. Nothing too crazy. Some old Bissell carpet cleaner. And then there's a couple that I got on my other phone, which is right here. It was blending in. So actually, I sent them all to Will, so I'll just show these ones. So, but of course, so there's some for my local. You can't see any of these. I'm gonna post these in a separate post. Um, but there's one machine in this picture I grabbed. You can probably guess what it is. There's no real hints as far as which one I grabbed. But so I'll actually post all these pictures in the forum, not forum, in the community post section at some point. In fact, I'll just go ahead and do it right now. Now that I have all of these in one spot. Well, no, it'd be easier to just do it later. Just because I took some with this phone and some with this phone, so they're kind of all over the place. But I did grab the Hoover Empower. I wanted to get the Kenmore Whisper Tone. I really did, but the upright lock was broken, and I was running out of space in my car because we just went to Sam's Club. We went to some other places. We did a lot of shopping, so if the upright lock wasn't broken, I would have grabbed it. But since the upright lock was completely broken, I didn't see any obvious way for it to fix. I decided to just pass on it. But it is a machine I've wanted for a while. But I've been getting really picky about machines I've been picking up recently. There was also a GE, which I really wanted, but this one had a broken base plate, and I don't believe I can source a base plate. The only base plate I found was $47, and I'm not doing that. So I ended up passing on that one too, which in hindsight, like, they were super cheap. They were like, I think they were each like $8, so they weren't like expensive, but it's just, I don't know. I was kind of picky about it, and I ultimately decided to pass on those. Even though those are ones I would have grabbed, I don't know. It was the GE also. I was worried about being able to find bags for it, so it was just, I don't know. But maybe if I can be convinced, maybe I'll go back and grab them. But they weren't local. They were about an hour away, so it'd be quite the journey. But yeah, so there's pretty much that. Love to see your Seabox 7, or love to get one. I saw my vacuum store at Seabox 7. I believe it's a white color, and I'd see a few times Seabo Felix's and the darts. Yeah. Boss Pro Whisper Tone. Got to connect Big Ball in the trash today. Oh, that's cool. I just got my Hoover Links from a curb. My old neighbor with the handle broken, the battery's dead, missing a charger, and I ended up, I salvaged it. I'm here now. Went back to school August 29th. Well, that's cool. Should have got the G. Those are kind of rare. Hey, Chance, have you seen my offerings? I haven't had a chance to respond yet. I've been very busy. Then I'll just go ahead and tell you now. So I've got one of my Furies, one of my 12 amp Furies. I ended up, I still have the old handle from it. Actually, no, I have a spare handle, and and from this other Fury I have a good Cyclone and a good bin. But I've been wanting to get rid of those since the handle is glued in place. It still holds just fine, but it is glued in place. But it's a 12 amp, so it has the Phantom logo. I know you said you're wanting one with the logo. And I have the matching bin for it as well, which works fine. The actual insert had come undone, so I glued it back into place. But I've been wanting, actually, ironically, you've been wanting one with a logo, and I've actually been wanting a 10 amp one without the logo, so that way I can put a different brand sticker on it. So if you want to do that trade, and I know you said you were needing a wand, so I could give you a wand as well, but they'd all be from a 12 amp. So because I want one without the sticker, and then you want one with the sticker, or with the label, I should say. So I'm sure we could probably work something out with that. Broken handle is fine when it can still stand up on its own. The only downside is it's harder to use the tool. Yeah. It did stand up on its own, but you can very freely you can very freely move it back and forth. Funny how the Cyclone piece on the Tanap is also not glued in. Not sure about that then. Because I know the Cyclone on this one's fine. It's just the handle is glued on. So basically, I think you might have misheard what I said. They are glued in. They've been glued in. Just the original glue failed, so I had to re-glue them. The handle already was re-glued whenever I got it, because Ian had re-glued it. I re-glued the bin, the inner Cyclone on the bin. I think I need to re-glue the bin gasket too, because I think that was loose. But I finally stopped daily driving a Fury for the first time in a number of months. I daily drove my Fury, the one that I've had, since 2020. I've daily driven that Fury for the last 3.5 months. I recently switched to the X7, and then recently I've just been kind of doing whatever. Does the Whisper Tone still have its height adjuster wheels? The one that I really want. I'll tell you the truth, I didn't look at the bottom of it. I think it did. It didn't seem like they were missing. It wasn't obvious to me that they were missing. So I would assume they still had it, but I actually didn't check. Because once I saw that that part was broken, I just let it go. I didn't bother to look at it any further. But do you need a set? Because if so, I might be able to go back and grab it. It'd have to be a different day. Are you suggesting you want to trade a 12 amp Fury for my 10 amp? Nope, that's not what I said at all. You're not listening. I said the Cyclone and the bin, and I said the parts are from a 12 amp. Because they don't have stickers, so there's no missing stickers on them. They're screen printed. So yeah. So the handle would be black, and then the handle grip, I should say, because that's the only part that's colored, would be black, and then the bin and Cyclone would be green. I'm not trading the whole machine, just the parts. Because you said you wanted a Cyclone. I'm going to keep the bin. I like the dark green color, but I would like the Cyclone. Well, I don't know if I want them to mismatch, though. But, Should I see if my school will give me their Phantom Domestic? I'm still going to ask. It would probably be easier to make that case if you offer them another vacuum. Like, if you bring a vacuum to the school and say, hey, can I take that one and give you this new one? Because I really want that one. Because a school should not be using a Phantom. That is not proper. Hi. Yeah? Oh, hi. Hello. Hello. Cat. Cat. Hello, cat. Hello, Bappo. Sold another $21.91 for $35 with all the attachments. Trash picked it, nothing wrong with it. Surprised the school would still have a Phantom at this point. Yeah, for sure. Had kung fu practice today, just got home. Nice. It's loud as fuck though, LMAO. Oh. No. Still grab it. I did get a bunch of vacuums recently. Do you want that Dirt Devil reaction? We already talked about the reaction. You offered it to me for 30 and I said if you do 20, I'd take it. Cat. Cat, cat, cat. 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 Damn it. Cat. Cat. Drumming on a cat, 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 drumming, drumming, drumming on a cat, drumming on a, rubbing a cat, rubbing a cat, rubbing a cat, making it buzz, 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 buzz. You got some hair on you. You got some hair all over you, actually. Covered in hair. Drumming on a cat, 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 drumming on a cat. Yeah? Drumming on a cat, 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 drumming on a cat. Ow. Sorry. Drumming on a cat. Okay, that's enough cat. Hair everywhere. Let's see. Oh yeah, I got the spot in the band. Our first couple of songs are by System of a Down, Metallica, Avenged Sevenfold, Rage Against the Machine. That's a good lineup right there. That's awesome. I'm glad you got it. That's cool. I wonder what the songs will be that they do. I made noodles last night. Burned it in the microwave because I forgot to put water in it. Yeah. Not good. Not good. My Fury 10 had some bearing noise earlier, but now that it kind of went away, but the motor got louder, more like off balance. Any idea? Open it up and make sure there's no crap in the fan. That's the first thing. Can do an unboxing of a Bissell Clean Boot Compact Turbo? Only if I buy one, and I'm probably not going to buy one right now. Maybe later. Hey Chance, I'm the boss of my cleaning crew, and one of my workers broke their Bissell bag vacuum. I was trying to upgrade to Aura Commercial. Is that good? No, don't do that. If you saw the last stream, you know to get the Bissell Big Green Commercial Power Force instead. That machine's much better. It's cheaper than the Auric anyways. It's much closer to the Bissell that they've been using, but it's actually commercial grade. It's literally $135 right now. It's the Big Green Commercial BGU 1451T, and I definitely recommend just getting that instead. Is it okay if I request a living room back of the 10 amp Phantom Fury? I thought I already did that. Well, either way, I'll check, and if I didn't, I'll do that. I know I need to do a video on the domestic, which you can't even see right now because the mic's in the way. But the domestic back there, I need to do a video on that still. But yeah, there's a cat on my lap. The Sanitaire Force, that's a good option too, but that's way more expensive. Just get... Someone got pissed at you for buying cheap vacuums to review and not spending your money to donate to someone that's homeless? I haven't even heard anyone say that. Was that on my... Is that like a comment I haven't read yet? I mean... Seems like an odd thing to accuse somebody of. I don't really know how to prove this because I don't film myself. I'm not one of those pieces of shit who films myself giving money to homeless people. But I do, in fact, frequently donate to homeless people. The only time I don't donate to homeless people is whenever before they start sitting on the side of the road, I saw them get out of a sports car. It's the only time I don't donate to a homeless person. But the bar is very low, and I will often give someone at least a 5 or a 10, if not a 20. The only reason why I stopped doing it in my local area is because, unfortunately, like the 1 or 2 people that were genuine were getting outnumbered by a bunch of people who were clearly well off and were just begging for no reason, even though they already have money. But innocent until proven guilty in that front, I will often give homeless people money. People that I believe are homeless, I'll give them money. And unless I see otherwise, because I would much rather give money to somebody who might be full of shit than not give it to somebody who desperately needs it. So, I frequently give money to homeless people. And I've gone into arguments with people about this in the past, and they'd be like, oh, but what if they spend that money on beer or whatever, or they spend it on cigarettes instead of food? And it's like, well, that's their problem, not mine. It's like, once you give someone money, it's not really your prerogative what they do with it. I mean, it's... If they're not using the money the way they're supposed to, then I just either hope they get help or hope they, get some sort of solution, obviously. So, I mean... Seems like a strange request. By that logic... but by that logic, should you not... Like, if you work at a restaurant, for example, instead of... Well, here, I'll give a perfect example. My local Taco Bell, the ice machine's down. It's broken. So last time we got Taco Bell at work, everyone's Baja Blast was warm. Not great, but let's say if the manager of that store was spending the money to have a guy come out and fix the machine, would you tell that person that they should put that money instead into donating free tacos to people? I mean, maybe you would, but that's not their job to do. You can advocate for them doing that, but when you try to make it as, oh, instead of doing what you're supposed to do, you need to help people. It's like, why don't I just do both? Why do I continue to buy vacuums to review them, but then also still donate to homeless people? Like, it's not an either-or situation. I make enough money that I can give $20 to a homeless person if need be. I'm not that broke. And when I am that broke, it does sometimes happen. You know what I do? You know what I don't do? I don't buy vacuum cleaners. Let's see. I think the bearings are gone, but I'll replace them either. What type of screws do they have on them? Mostly just, it's all Phillips head screws, I think. I know in the Fury it's all Phillips head screws. I don't think there's any Torx or anything. There's a couple different sizes, though. Hey, I'm getting a Dyson Ball Animal Pro Plus. Nice. Yeah, no, don't get a 1739. Get the BGU 1451T. Because if you're gonna spend any amount of time using it commercially, The BGU 1451T is a much better machine. If you're about to get the Oric, you can get the Bissell, because the Bissell's $50 cheaper. Did they ever introduce the motor head for Dyson canister vacuums in the US? I mean, they did, technically. It was on the DC 21 and 23, I think. I think that was it, though. There might have been one other version, but everything else just had a turbine head. I have a Dirt Devil and Duralite 2 years, and it's not as a balcony because I don't know why. Then I have Eureka Dash Sprint like last week. Okay. They did for a few models, but haven't since the DC-23, which was discontinued in 2012-ish. I know they made a video about it. I sent you the link to it. If someone took the time to make a video complaining about me buying cheap vacuums and not donating to homeless people, then that's their problem. I guess I'm flattered that I'm a big enough creator that people feel the need to make like fake diss videos about me. But then again, I mean, if you think about it, if that's the best argument that someone can come up with to try to like dunk on me, if that's the best they can come up with, then I must be doing something right. Thanks, Chance. Is it heavy? Because they can only work with light vacuums. Stick vacuums aren't good enough for what we clean. That machine, well, keep in mind, it has a commercial cord, so it's going to be heavier than the 1739 stock. But when you compare it to a 1739 with a 25-foot extension cord on it, like giant orange heavy-duty extension cord on it, it's about the same. The Bissell might be like a pound heavier, but in my opinion, the carrying handle is in a better spot, and that makes up the deficit. Not to mention, if they're addicted, do they straight up to stop what? If they're addicted, not to mention if they're addicted, if they straight up stop it, can kill them. Oh, yeah, no, the cigarette and the alcohol thing. Yeah, and the drugs, yeah. Drugs are unfortunately a very big problem in this city. But it's not my job to regulate what people do with their bodies. I can, think like, hey, maybe put that money towards better use. But at the same time, I don't struggle with addiction, at least not with hard substances. Other people do. I'm not going to pretend to know what it's like to be in that situation. It's often way more difficult than people let on. That being said, if someone is under the influence of a substance and they do something illegal or stupid, I'm still going to call them on it because it's still their responsibility. They still chose to do something while incapacitated, instead of doing it at home or something, or if they're homeless, doing it somewhere. I'm not going to say somewhere else, but if they're inside an establishment, versus, somewhere else, and they're doing something stupid, then
it's me. Hi, I'm the problem. It's me.
I know it is. I have a cheeseburger. Yeah. I'm talking about people who are addicted to drugs. But anyways, so yeah, it is entirely possible that I could donate money to somebody and they use it for an illicit substance. That's not my problem. It's, and here's the thing. If you believe, and here's an easy solution to that. If you believe that someone, either because they're actually well off or because they're planning on using the money not for food, not for shelter, but for a substance, then just buy them some food. Like my local Walmart, where everybody begs, there's a McDonald's right by it. There's other restaurants, Buffalo Wild Wings right by it. So I could be like, hey, do you want me to get you some food? Because they say because they'll always say, because if they say homeless and hungry, If they say hungry on their sign, and I offer to give them some food, and they say no, that's a bit of a red flag. Because it's, I don't know. And if they get defensive, which I haven't had happen, but I've heard of stories of that happening, that's an even bigger red flag. But if they're truly in need, then I'll happily get something for them. If I'm not exactly confident, and if I'm worried that that money might go to other things. But I usually don't think that much of it. For me, it's easier to just give someone the money and let them deal with it than not. Than to actually go through the motion of buying them something. The only problem is that I often don't have cash on me. But nowadays, I always keep a 20 in my phone case just to be on the safe side. Anyways. I get off on these. I go off. That's much better. I go off. I get off on down. I love Hailstorm, but that's not the point. I go off on these tangents a lot, and then I end up falling so far back behind in the chat. But yes. The guy's name was Booty Cheese. Wow. If Booty Cheese is so worried about homelessness, why doesn't he just sell some of his booty cheese? Like, there's probably a market for that, right? I mean, cheese from the booty. There's got to be some sort of market of people who would buy that. And if that's the case, then Booty Cheese should sell some of their booty cheese and donate the proceeds. See where we're going with this? Donate the proceeds to veterans. Did that make too much sense? That being said, I guarantee you this person has zero interest in actually solving any problems. Most people that will engage in something that frivolous, it's likely the case where they just want attention. So they're probably ecstatic right now that I'm even giving them the time of day. But doesn't bother me any. Let's see. Caden, you asked every... Yeah. Who is Caden asking about that 3525 again? I didn't even see that. They're also selling the DC-48. What DC-48? Oh, the V8, the V4 digital. There's a V4 digital? What the hell is that? Dyson has some ball canisters. He has a power nozzle on in Japan. I wish they'd bring them to the States, but oh well. Can't you import them? Aren't they 120 volt with the same plug? Or did Japan switch plugs? Yesterday I got a Hoover Mach 3 and you get airspeed. They can do it themselves if they're so concerned about it. That's true. Not to mention, are they donating to homeless people? Yeah, exactly. They're not. Like, whenever you request... Either that or they did it once for the first time in, like, 5 years. And they're like, I wonder if he's ever done this. Even though I guarantee I've donated to way more people than they have. I will admit, it has been a while, though. I think the last time I donated to somebody was probably 3 months ago. Usually I donate to, like, one homeless person every month. Not, like, on a schedule, but just... Usually kind of works out that way. But I haven't as of late. Only because the only people that I've seen have been the ones that I know are full of shit. Because I've seen where their cars are parked. And it's like, if you're really that hard for money, why not just sell your car? Right? Your car is much nicer than mine. My car is 20 years older than your car. Is a much lower model. And my car literally needs a hood latch, a hood, an emblem, a console cover, not water heater. What do they call that thing a water pump, heat pump, whatever it's called. And like a couple other things. If anything, you probably have more money than I do because you're driving a super nice car and I'm driving a piece of shit. So maybe you should give me money and then maybe I'll give you some money. Just common sense. Because I know some people that live out of their cars, but usually their cars aren't nicer than mine. Or not much nicer. I mean, unless they have a family member who, unless they have a family member who's filthy rich, and they are the opposite of that, and their family member gives them their car, one of their extra Maseratis or whatever, or their extra Porsches or Teslas to help them out and whatnot. It's possible. It's possible. It's definitely possible. But is it likely? Don't know. That's not my business to judge. I ordered the new Dyson Big Ball Turbine Head Canister on Dyson's eBay site, brand new for $250 today. Sold my Kinetic Big Ball Animal for $180. So excited. I haven't heard from you in a while, John. I hope you're doing well. I'll probably... I just realized I meant to call and see if you guys had clutches. Shit, you guys are probably out of them. Because I know they stopped making them. Whatever. Because I need to get more clutches. I might just have to go on Amazon. Because I think Dyson's out of them now. Because I think Dyson stopped supplying them, right? For the 33. Ah... I wish Bissell make a Power Force bagged pet. They did. They need to bring back the OG Hoovers, Phantoms, and Bissells and Dirt Devils. It's called the Bissell Powerlifter bag pet. It's actually the Cleanview bag pet. The Powerlifter version was discontinued. Hello, this is my first ever time being on one of his streams. Welcome. Nice to see you. You already said that in Riley's video. Who did? Snoop Dogg's entered the chat. I don't know, Carter. I'm sure they did. What's your least favorite Bissell bagless model? Something like the Cleanview 2 or the Power Clean Rewind. It's hard to say. Ow, man. You're poking me. It's hard to say. I know there's some that I don't like as much. I don't know. A lot of them are the same, really. I just don't like any of the ones with the twist off filter, or any of the ones with the inner and outer style 10 filter. I have, you guys know what I'm talking about. Any of the ones with those filters, I hate those now. Like all of them, they're nostalgic. I like using them, but they filter so poorly, and those filters just get covered in hair, and the hair will not come out. It's really frustrating. So just any of the bagless... The only bagless Bissells I like are the Revolution style, because those ones actually work. I think. I don't think there's any other... Well, and then, of course, the modern ones, because the modern ones work. Has anyone heard of a Westinghouse unplugged vacuum? Yeah. I wish I could have gotten the one in Texas, but what are you going to do? Hey, how's it going? Hey there, you are a true amazing vacuum collector. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. It's older one, water fixing up. Got a Google for $20. Cleaned it up. I'm not too with it. I just scratched the belt. It's probably worth it. I mean, I'd say it's worth fixing up. You probably wouldn't be able to sell it for too much. Probably worth just dailying it because it's still a good machine. Yeah, the phantom looking one. Hold up. I love your videos. Can I have some Cheez-Its, please? I'm hungry. I'm not a fan of Cheez-Its. Do they even make the belts for those anymore? I think they do. It is indeed very rare to find a Westinghouse Phantom. I'm still trying to find one that I can actually get my hands on. You look like a coworker from Walmart. Ex-roommate, of course, you know him. Yeah, he's a dick. Was in the hospital for close to a week a while back. He was having nicotine withdrawals, and I wish he took advantage of the situation he was in to quit. I know. I hear that. I hear that situation so many times, be it with nicotine, with alcohol, whatever the case may be. And it's a real crossroads for a lot of people, where they'll either quit, they'll either put in the effort and quit, or they won't. And the sad truth is that if they won't do it then and there at that point, then they're probably never going to. I shouldn't say never, but it's highly unlikely that they'll ever listen. Dyson V4 Digital is a CY29. They don't make them anymore, though. Oh, my mom's looking for a canister. Do you recommend anything? A carpet or hard floor, or a mix? Whatever happened to Buster 1849? I don't know. I haven't heard from him in a while. I think he's just been busy, I guess. I haven't heard from him in a while. I've been waiting to hear from him on. But, you know, I haven't heard anything. Have you seen how to disassemble a Phantom Fury cycle in the motor video I sent you? I haven't actually watched the video, but I really should. Y'all remember Stars 1976? Yeah, I remember him. Oh, he still makes videos? Oh, wow. You miss him? How sweet. Did I say that? Wait, who did I say I missed? I don't even remember at this point. I don't donate to homeless people on the street. The ones who are full of shit make the legit ones look bad now. It's a situation of who's legit and who isn't. Both of our Walmarts are bad. Yeah, it's unfortunate. It really is. Because I hate passing up legitimate people who need help. But I don't know. So if I don't know, I'll give them the benefit of the doubt. But there's some signs to look for sure. Honestly, my mom don't care what vacuum we get as long as it cleans. I mean, yeah, it's fair. That is the most important thing. Oh, Caleb left YouTube, I'm afraid now, and I still miss him. Oh, okay, that's the miss that they were referencing. I did like his videos, yeah. I know he got mad at me at one point because I was trying to like give him some feedback on some of the videos, just so that way they kind of stand out a little bit more. And I think I worded it in not the right way, and he got kind of upset about me because he thought I was making fun of him, which was not my intention. I was just saying, like, hey, some of these mannerisms seem similar to some other videos, you know, so try not to, because I was guilty of this for a while too, and so try to put your own spin on it, so that way your videos have more of like an identity to them that's more associated to you, and not just generic hodgepodge of the way vacuum collectors talk in their videos about their machines. So it's easier said than done, because I'm the kind of person who picks up on other people's mannerisms very, very quickly. So it's definitely easier said than done. But, you know, I wish he still made videos, because he has a few good machines. I don't think he's even really made that many videos on yet anyways. But I understand if he makes videos on all the machines he has and he doesn't get any new ones, so he doesn't see any need to make any new videos. I believe Phantom Lightning is in that situation, I think. Because I don't, even though there's a couple, like he has a Fury LE or SE or something, I think it's an LE, that he never did a video on, because I saw it in one of the other videos that he did, and never did a video on it, for some reason. Cat. Boop. Ow! Pokey. Very pokey. Very spicy. We'll call Sam's Club Sam a rip. Yeah, I just went to Sam's Club. How fun is it collecting vacuums? Yeah, it's pretty fun, I'd say. I've been very picky about the machines I get recently, though, because I'm out of space and I'm trying to sell like 30, for lack of a better word, 30 machines. Try not to curse too much, but this is the more, you know, unfiltered version of myself. But yes. Hey, chances your Facebook Marketplace still up? It is. I just posted the... Dirt Devil Silver Glide Vision. John, we have plenty of clutches at the service center. I'll be giving you guys a call I don't know. I'll be John, assuming you work tomorrow. I'll be giving you a call tomorrow, and probably grabbing those clutches, or not all of them, but a couple of them at least. Probably 2 for now. Maybe 3. I'm not sure yet, because I know about 3 last time. I put one of them in an actual 33, so I used it for its intended purpose, and then I think I've still got 2 left, but I don't know where I put them, which is not good. I lost them. I know they're around here somewhere, but I've got, let's see, I've got my other 33 surprisingly still has a good clutch, but it's a 2018. So I literally have the oldest 33 from 2010 and then the newest 33 from 2018. I literally have one of the first and one of the last 33s, which is kind of cool. And so there's part of me that's wondering if I should keep the both of them. The yellow 33 still needs a clutch because I had another yellow 33. That's the one I put the first clutch in. And then I've got a 14. I've got a 14 all floors. So I've got 2 14 all floors actually that the other 2 clutches are going to go into. But I still need. Oh fuck. So my full access I think is good. I don't think that needs a clutch. Both of my DC07 low reaches I think need a clutch. My DC14 low reach needs a clutch, so that's 3 right there. And then DC07 carpet obviously doesn't need a clutch, so don't worry about that. And then, oh, my DC07 pink also needs a clutch. So, not counting the 2 14s, that's the 4, so that'd be both. So, the 2 14s, the 2 14 all floors are covered by the other 2 clutches I have, which means I'll need to buy clutches for the two low reach, the 207 low reaches, the 14 low reach, the 07 pink. Oh. And the 33 multi-floor. And the yellow 33. So fuck, I need 5 clutches. That sounds expensive. 5 times number 100, that's gonna be like $160. Shit. But it's still cheaper than getting it anywhere else, so because I've bought rebuild clutches before and not worth it. I am gonna hold on to, but for those wondering, I am gonna hold on to all the broken clutches. And after I get a after I replace the clutches in all those machines, I'm gonna take all the old clutches, one or two of which have been fitted with new belts, but just not properly. So, and I'm gonna sell those probably in bulk to someone who can rebuild the clutches. Probably not for a lot. I don't know how much they go. I don't know how much clutches with bad belts go for. Maybe $5-10 a piece, if that. Maybe $5. Probably $5, right? So if I have, what is that? $5 times at least, what is that, like 8 clutches? So it's like $40. So it's like the price of a good clutch for all those bad clutches. I think that's fair, probably. I found a 2006 SS Impala marketplace for $500. Needs a motor and transmission is slipping. I might get it. Lol. Not bad compared to a $410 3313. What? Even though I own one, I really don't like the Momentum Cyclone. It's terrible. What made you first start on YouTube on vacuums? Whoa, I read that wrong. What made you first start doing YouTube on vacuums? Oh, so I might have told this story before, but I've been fixing vacuums since at least 2005, 2006, somewhere in that range. I think 2005. And my first ever machine I fixed was my neighbor's Bissell CleanView. CleanView 8990 or 8975 or not 75, 30, whatever the blue one was. 3575. whatever. And after that, I started fixing people's vacuums. For a while, I would start reselling them. Of course, I was a kid, so, you know, my stepmom at the time and me would host garage sales at her house, and I'd sell my vacuums there. Not super successfully at first, but as time went on, I kind of became somewhat well known, dare I say, in my town. I use that term very loosely, though. And in 2018, it was my birthday, or it just happened, and I thought my channel is floundering. The phone reviews are not doing very well. Those are now on a separate channel. But at the time, like, my phone reviews aren't doing well. I can't do anything. I'm just for fun. I'm just gonna do a video of these two vacuums I have: this Bissell and this Dyson. Whatever. You know, I don't have much of an audience anyways. My channel's kind of a hodgepodge at this point. Let's just do some vacuum videos. And if people say they hate it, I'll stop doing it. Or maybe I'll do a couple more and just be done with it. But then I started getting views, and I was like, oh shit, maybe this is fine. And then it just kind of escalated from there. Do you think I should daily my 10 amp Fury? No. Miele C1. I have to double check which one's the cheapest one that comes with the power head. Caleb Schmaltz Vacuum's coming back. Is he coming back, or are you saying you want him to come back? If I could buy a vacuum off somebody, I would own like a 1240 Bissells right now. I have a 1240 in the basement, but it's too far gone. There's not really much. It's gonna have to be junked. Every single part of it is brittle and falling apart, and it's all faded and everything. Like, you're not gonna want it. Miele's canisters are very light. C1 is a small canister. I'm selling mine, making refolder vacuums. What are you selling? Polka dot. Wow, I can't say that. Polka Sour Man. Oh, Polka Dinosaur Man. However you say that. Last week I ordered and tried the Shark Stratos. Worst, most difficult vacuum I ever used. Both lift-away features are all but useless. Not sure why people like and consume them in such large quantity. The Stratos is a piece of shit, and I've said that a million times. The Vertex... Now here's the thing. I plan on getting a Vertex soon, because for some reason I know a lot of people that hate the Stratos and hate the Apex, but they swear by the Vertex. I went to a semi-local Walmart that had a display model of them with the weights in them that's supposed to be the same weight as a motor. So I pulled one down and reclined it, and I started pushing it back and forth, and I was like, whoa, this is like really nimble and easy to use. And I was like, that makes no sense though. Why is the old machine so much better than the new machine that's more expensive? That doesn't make any sense. Because the Apex is absolutely garbage. It's a terrible machine. It doesn't clean well, it's super bulky, and it's crap. The Stratos is just as bad as the Apex, only it's even worse because the motor is way too loud in it. It's actually should not be legal to be sold in the United States because of how loud it is. It runs about 91, 92 decibels. And it's a high-pitched, shrill sound. It's terrible. I mean, unless I got a bad one, but if the one that I got sent by Shark themselves is the bad one, then that doesn't really bode well for their quality control, does it? A terrible, terrible machine. I am selling it. If anybody wants that piece of shit, please buy it off me. I don't want it. It's terrible. Keep the older ones for my collection, sell the newer ones. If newer ones work, I sell those because I don't work, I scrap them. I just got a 2018 DC33-2 in blue. I'm very far behind in the chat. I'm sorry, guys. John, I'll be there tomorrow. We have those refurb V10s in stock as well. Oh, God, don't tell me that. I've already spent too much money today. Oh. 250. 250 for a V10. That's not bad, though. Are those absolutes or are those animals? 250 brush roll for now. Doesn't vibrate as much anymore. I wish I had a DC-07 carpet. Yeah, I still need to fix my DC-07 carpet. My DC 14 volt kit's actually an oddball. I got a later ball. I really want a 14 volt kit. The first ever the first ever Dyson I ever owned, myself, that was actually mine, was a DC 14 volt kit. It was one of the later models with the DC 17 style handle. And I really want one of those back. Because that machine's very nostalgic. I know it was sold out from underneath me because I've not seen it since then. I guarantee one of my family members stole it. Or a family member at the time, not anymore, stole it. Because everyone's just like, doesn't know where it is. And that's not a thing. You don't lose a fucking vacuum cleaner. The last I heard of it, my brother borrowed it. But I'm pretty sure he did something else. I don't think he would still have it. I don't think he'd be that stupid to like still have it but then like ignore me when I ask if he's seen it, because it's pretty obvious what it is. But anyways, burn the shard. I'm getting checkers on Thursday. Our newer Ricard simplicity is as bad as some people say. I hear a lot of praise for older ones, but supposedly the quality has went downhill. V10 Animal and Total Clean. V10 Animal and Total Clean, yeah, gone downhill. I think maybe you just got a bad Stratos. However, the motor just doesn't sound good when you turn it off. It winds down like a 10-plus-year-old machine. You can't see these lasting very long. I just got rid of the DC 14 full kit I had. Oof. Yeah, that's been on my list for a while as a full kit. Not a big deal. They're not super uncommon. I'm sure I'll find one at some point. Hello. The camera's not pointed at you. You're fine. Do you want a cheeseburger?
No, do I need to show them some legs if I subscribe?
No. It's not that kind of stream. There are kids on here.
I'm clothed.
I know you're clothed, but still. Cheeseburger. She tried to get out earlier. She actually successfully got out earlier.
Yeah.
And I don't know why. She's spoiled rotten. I don't know why she wants to leave.
Oh, she's got so many fucking fleas.
What?
No, she's got my room so infested with fleas right now.
Keep them up there.
We got spray, and I've been spraying them every day.
I do not want fleas in this house again, so...
I have spray, I got new sheets, new bed...
Did you get him some flea medication?
Yeah, he has. I've been putting it on.
Okay, good. Because I do not want to deal with that again.
Yeah.
Is that why there's some on Rocco's face?
He had them too,
Oh.
but they've not been intermingled. So unless he's peeking through the door.
To say they're not alive, they're not moving, but still, it sucks because once one of them gets fleas, they all get it. It's such a pain in the ass. Hey, Jordan.
Hi.
Hi. Hey, Jordan. I bought that. That.
Why?
It's a vacuum cleaner. I bought it.
Why?
Do your parents need a new vacuum?
I haven't talked to my parents and... Can you get the cat?
Don't you live with them?
Yeah. Have I been home?
She's been here every fucking day.
I've been
Well,
home.
I thought she still like went home some
No,
days.
she just goes to work and comes here.
Really? So she's like basically
Literally today, I woke up, I went to class, I went to work, and I'm here.
I forget you're so busy.
Yeah.
Well, either way.
Here like from like midnight
Well,
till like.
Either way, I'm selling like 30 vacuums. So if they need a vacuum or if they want theirs fixed, let me know. I'll give them a good deal
I
on
think
it.
Mom got a new one like a couple years ago.
Oh, is she still the old one?
Look down.
Yeah.
Let me grab the tiny one. I think the people want to see the tiny one. I just hold him like a sack of potatoes because that's what he is. He's a sack of potatoes. Hi, baby. Hi, baby. Hi, baby. Look at the potato. Look at the beautiful potato. Hi, potato. Hello, potato. Ow, sir. It's spicy. I know there's a way to hold a cat, but I don't think I'm doing it right. He's getting big. Yeah, he's getting big. He got his shots the other day. In a few weeks, he gets his neuter and his, whatever other shots he still needs. My DC-14 is a full kit too, lol, everything with it. If you sell it, I'd probably buy it off you if it's a good price. I'm still waiting on, there's somebody who, like, last month was supposed to get me a DC-21 and a DC-14 complete. Not a complete DC-14, but a DC-14 complete. The silver one. And I haven't heard from them in a while. I might have to message them and see what's up. Because I still want those. Burn the shard, yeah. Find another person to watch. To watch? What? Oh, yeah, of course. Wow, I missed a lot. It's booty cheesy. Booty cheesy. Booty cheesy. What'd I just miss? C1 isn't very heavy. There tomorrow. I already saw that. And we're gonna ignore a picture of a new vacuum in the back. Close people comments saying, "Ma'am." What? I know, honey. I know, honey. What, did you run outside and then realize that you actually like it here more? That's why you're being all lovey? Is this your way of trying to apologize for escaping? And being a pain in our necks? Isn't that right? Isn't that right? Look at the cheeseburger. I call her cheeseburger because she's too big to be a potato. To be honest, she's too big to be a cheeseburger as well, but she's cheeseburger. All of our animals are named after food. Dyson stopped making clutches. I thought they did, but apparently not. It's really weird how they don't actually show the clutches on the website when you look at DC-33 parts. It's really strange. I guess because they don't want people installing them themselves, as opposed to like a bin or something like that. I don't know. Maybe that's probably the reason. Either that or they just don't care. Or both. Let's see. He's back. Wait, who's back? Officially back in chat once collectors missed chat. My bad. Again, shard. Find another person to watch. Burn the shard. Will the Stratos be a marketplace? It will eventually. Once I get it, like, because I was using it for a little bit in the basement of all things, so I'm gonna pull it apart and wash it because it's probably kind of nasty, but because I've been just kind of abusing and beating the shit out of it, so it's gonna have a couple scratches on it too, but it's not too bad. It still works just fine. When I say abusing, I'm not like abusing it, but just carelessly using it. Like, I'll run it along the edges, and I don't care about it getting scratched or whatever, because I don't give a shit. But I'm not going to sell it for a crazy amount of money. Because they're like $500 brand new. They're like $450, I think. $459. Something like that for the blue model that I have. I'm not going to sell for not even half that much. Maybe half that much. If that. Because once they start selling them refurbished, I'm sure they'll sell them refurbished for like, what? $259 maybe they'll sell them refurbished, maybe, or not even that, probably like $239, $229. So I'll probably sell it for like, is $229 fair for it? Maybe $210. I still have the turbo brush. I still have the manual somewhere. So I have all the attachments and everything. $209, maybe $199. I don't know. Something like that. I don't know. I think it's because Dyson wants to distance themselves from the non-ball uprights, but they can't stop making parts because so many 07s, 14s, and 33s were sold. Well, just 33s. They don't give a shit about the 07s or 14s anymore. They don't. Like, strangely enough, you can buy, like, a crevice tool for a DC-07 for, like, $2 or something like that. But the DC-14 crevice tools, which are far more important because the aftermarket ones are never shaped correctly, those ones are never in stock. So trying to find attachment crevice tools specifically for 14s are a pain in the ass. Because you can get an aftermarket set, and they fit on the 07 just fine. But they don't fit on the 14 because the 14's crevice tool doesn't fit on the slot on the machine. It fits on the wand, but you can't store it, so what's the point? But they'll still say it's for the 14, just like it's for the 07. They're also like a lighter color, too. Let's see. Shark can't claim that the Shark has the best hair pickup of any vacuum because they only tested 3% of the upright market. LMFAO. How did Mark Rosen graduate middle school? So what did they even test it against? Did they test it against... What did they test it against? Did they test it against a Dyson and a Bissell? Like, what did they... Like, actually, what did they test it against? I would assume they tested against the Dyson because the Stratos came out before the Animal 3 did. So they would have been basing it off of the Animal 2 or the Kinetic or something. Which obviously, yeah, because those models do tangle really bad with hair. The Bissell and the Dyson will deep clean better than the Shark. Oh, no question. The Shark is awful. It's one of the worst machines I've ever used for deep cleaning. I'm going to get a Dyson Ball Animal Pro Plus. Shark, oh, I just read that, yeah. Typical Shark advertising. Hair pickup is just a marketing term. Yeah, hair pickup, anything can pick up pet hair if it has a revolving brush. It's dust that you're worried about. It's dust, it's sand, it's grit. That's what you need to remove out of your carpets. Not the hair that's on the top of carpets. People say, I need a powerful vacuum because I have a lot of pet hair. No, you need a powerful vacuum because you have a lot of pet dander that you need to remove. Not the hair. The hair, it's going to get removed if your vacuum is worth two shits. It's the pet dander you need to remove from your carpets. I don't like aftermarket tools. They just aren't high quality and for everyday use. It's been a while since I've used them, so I can't comment on that part of them. But Vacuum Wars still be saying it's the best thing ever. Yeah. To this day, the only good Shark they made was the NV352. That, plus its various offshoots, only Shark to buy. Only one. Or, if you have hard floors, maybe a Vertex. If you really want to spend some money on it. But even then, the power fins does not last. If you really want a machine and you have all hard floors, or mostly hard floors to the point where you prioritize that, get a fucking straight suction Miele. Isn't a Miele C1 like the basic bitch Miele? Isn't it like $300? The OG Navigator wasn't that bad, yeah. For sure. I mean, I said lift away because the OG Navigator doesn't exist anymore. When I went to Sam's Club, I saw a woman buying a Shark, and it was the 0M. It's the current version of the Navigator 0M. Remember that one that was like $100 a couple Christmases ago? It was that red one, and I returned it because the motor was bad out of the box. That's the one they bought. Although they bought it at Sam's, so I think it was like purple instead of red or some stupid shit like that. But it's a terrible machine. And I was like, they're spending $250 or whatever it is at Sam's Club on that machine. They could have spent $100 more and got the Animal 2. Yes, the Animal 2 doesn't have the anti-tangle, but fuck, it's a so much better machine. It's a so much better machine. Because Sam's Club has the Animal 2 for $350, which... First off, $350. That's what the Animal 2s should go for, if you ask me. But $350 for a brand new Animal 2, at Sam's Club, because they don't tell you the prices. But I have a membership. I'll tell you guys, $3.50 for Animal 2 at Sam's Club. If you want an animal, if you want an Animal 2, get it from Sam's Club. If you have a Sam's Club membership, I should say, and you want a Dyson, Animal 2 is great. Although, ow, ma'am, you started to fall and you dug your claws into my leg. Okay, I'm gonna remove you again. You are so fat. Ow, ma'am, you're on my shirt. But yeah, that being said, I would have said, don't bother getting the Animal 2, spend the extra $50 and get the Animal 3, and just, the anti-tangle makes up for it not having the tangle-free turbine. But for some reason, the base model Animal 3, has been disappearing everywhere. I don't understand why. On Dyson's website, you only see the extra and the complete. And I went to my local Best Buy. They only have the extra. They don't have the original anymore. I don't know. I really hope Dyson didn't discontinue the original Animal 3, because that was literally, the best deal they had. Dyson's always had a $400 upright since their inception, so maybe it's just a stock thing, I don't know, but I can't find the base model Animal 3 anywhere. On the bright side, once in a while I do see some deals on the extra that brings it to only $50 more than the Animal 3. And yeah, if you are going to use the extra attachments, then you might as well, because that's only $25 per attachment. Those attachments usually sell for way more. Sam says the Animal 3 Plus for $3.50 with a tangle-free turbine tool. That's very strange, because my local Sam's Club does not have the Animal 3 Plus. They only have the Animal 2 for $3.50. Very strange. Because I was just there today. There was no Animal 3. There was only an Animal 2. Animal 3s have a big stock constraint right now. I noticed it did say limited time only on the price slab, it's not a sticker, it's on the price hole. The plastic guard that they slip the little price info plate into. Do you know what I'm talking about? That shit, the price, the price paper. It's not paper, but the price. I'm struggling to think of this word. The price tag. There's the price tag on the shelf that's below the display model of vacuum. It's not really a display model, it's just one they took out of the box. The display model of vacuum. The tag that's the price tag. It's underneath the big. It said limited time only. That's the point I'm trying to say. Had a fucking seizure trying to say that. And John, you can come to my Sam's Club. I would, but that's quite a drive. Maybe if I'm ever driving to Chicago or something, maybe I'll drive a little bit further north and I'll visit you. Also, John, I don't know if you have I'd love to talk with you more to actually get, just because I never actually had a friend who works at a company, so it'd be kind of cool. But I don't know how to get in contact with you outside of YouTube. So, but if you wanted to talk more, that'd be really cool. because I've always wanted to talk with people. I've always wanted to talk with people that work on the inside. I'm still trying to find people who worked at Phantom during its heyday, for my future long down the road documentary on Phantom Technologies, but excuse me, but I haven't found anybody other than just everyone shouting out that I should talk to Tom Gasko, which I will at some point, but I don't want to do it right now because he's obviously very busy trying to plan the conference and everything, and he obviously has a full-time job, so I'm not trying to, be up his ass about it, but one of these days I'll try to get some information out of him. I don't know if he even knows me. Like this, I should say. I don't know if he watches YouTube or anything. He might, I don't know. Unless maybe, because I know Alex went to the conference last year, and he said that I should come, but he invited me like a week before it happened, and I was like, yeah, it's kind of a short notice. I didn't realize this was going on. And then that's when I heard that it was going to be the last one ever, so I was like, well, fuck it. I guess I'm not going to bother trying to save up for next year. And then now all of a sudden I'm hearing, oh, there's going to be one this year too, in a month. And I'm like, well, fuck, my car is not going to be ready to drive that far, so I'm probably going to miss it again, which makes me really, really sad, but what are you going to do, I guess? Yeah. It'd be really nice to meet some other collectors, like actually in person. Because I think the only two that I've ever actually met was like in person was the one guy that I traded some stuff with, and that's how I got the Powerglide Ultra, one of the Thunders, and something else, I forgot what. And they got my Cibo. And then there's another collector that I traded a white Auric compact canister, hand vac, whatever it's called. I traded that for my Elite Supreme, I think, my green hard bagged Elite Supreme. So, but I don't know. I do need to meet one day and do a vacuum mini meet. Hey, maybe it'll happen at some point. The only problem is I don't really know how feasible it'd be to do that with my audience, because my audience skews very, very young, and the optics of that are just not good. It would definitely come across the wrong way if a mid-20s YouTuber was meeting a bunch of younger collectors. But if there's like a more centralized mini-me where everybody could come, that'd probably be great. It's going to be hell. Yeah. Anything like that would just be absolute hell. Yeah. Well, it's crazy because I know at the actual Missouri conference, there's a lot of much older collectors too, like people that have been in this business for decades, and it's very fascinating to see because the only sort of glimpse of that I ever get are just people that work at vacuum stores. Because, let's be honest, you can't really work at a vacuum store for a number of years and run the place and not, at least by passing, become a little bit of a vacuum collector. You just can't do it. I'm not convinced that it's possible. Unless you're one of those people who throws away literally everything, which if you are, you're a shitty store anyways, then, yeah. In which case, not a problem. Let me grab my guitar. I got copyright claimed on the last stream, so I'm definitely not claimed, but like a revenue sharing sort of deal, so I'm definitely not playing any music. See, because the music I was playing was copyright okay, but then stupid YouTube auto-played another video that was copyrighted, and it was quiet and similar enough that I didn't catch it until halfway through, and that copyrighted. I love YouTube sometimes. Would help if I stopped missing the fucking strings. That kind of help. I'm going to call it a night too, I think. Have a good night, Chance, and everyone else. Good night, Will. You have a great rest of your night. It is a bit late, so that's understandable. I'll be going to bed in probably a few minutes. It's 11:48, 46 actually. So at 11:55, I'll probably hop off of here. So that'll probably be what I do. already did a demo of the 3525. I literally did what you like. Are you not paying attention? Like, guys, I did the demo of this already. I don't understand when people are like, oh, I want you to do a demo of this without you talking. I'm like, so then just skip to the part where I'm not talking. It's that simple. Oh, with a tripod. Okay. Here's a tripod. Maybe, you know what? I do need to get a new tripod. I know what you're asking for. I know what you're asking for. You're asking for like something closer to what I used to do at my dad's house. I understand that. I totally get that. You know what? I'll get a new tripod, and as soon as a new tripod comes, I'll do that for you. But don't ask for it anymore, or else you're not going to get it. Deal? That was terrible. I can't do that riff. It's too fast for me. That's enough. That's enough. Goodbye. See y'all later in the video for the Hoover Empower.